Welcome back to historic Jinx Simmons Fieldhouse. We're between games, about 3 minutes left in the warm-up period as Ashlyn Evans-Thompson surpasses not only 1,200 career points, but also becomes the all-time scoring leader in 5-on-5 basketball for the Lady Indians. Tonight's the Pink Out game in support of Kendra Kilpatrick and her ongoing fight against breast cancer. Not only is she fighting breast cancer in the hospital, but she's also fighting the athletes of 6A basketball from the sidelines of the Pioneer Coliseum and the Stillwater Lady Pioneers basketball team. She says, I'm not going to let cancer put me in the back seat. I'm going to steer this bus and be in control of this thing. Lady Indians escaped a close one against Kingfisher on the back of some really good defense. Had a couple of scoring droughts and a couple of miscues that we look for Coach Douglas to coach up, and correct going into the Del City game on Friday. So we are on the road on Friday. And tonight the Indians taking on 4A number 1, Kingfisher. I can't think of a tougher two-game stretch in the state right now, Kurt, other than 4A number 1 Kingfisher on Tuesday and 5A number 1 Del City with some generational level athletes on that Del City squad. We saw their height, their strength, their size just a few weeks ago right here at Jinx Simmons. I think they almost flat spotted a basketball as hard as they were sending some of the Indian shots into the wall. We're hoping to get Coach Douglas and Ashlyn over here during halftime of the boys game. Well, I didn't want to cut their interview short or get in the way of the Ashlyn Evans-Thompson reward ceremony. She received a plaque from the, up to that point, current Sonia Gatz Denwalt, the mom of Bailey Denwalt, the outstanding volleyballer. We expect her to continue her volleyball into the collegiate level as she'll be coming back next year as the senior leader for that contest. We're inside 60 in the warm-up period as the Indians get up the last of their shots. And today the juniors at El Reno took the practice ACT, so we're already working on gathering numbers to figure out what areas we need to focus on to allow them to be successful for those individuals who are career-minded young people. Yep. And tonight the Pink Out game with head coach Rodney Hayden in his black and gray striped suit with a white shirt, pink tie, and his white Jordan sneakers, or white and blue Jordan sneakers. And his assistant coaches, Tyler Hill, Briar Workman, Gavin Beavers, and Fred Slaughter. Coach Slaughter wearing the Pink Out Night t-shirt, and the other three wearing pink shirts with accented neckties in recognition of the Pink Out Night.
Absolutely, looking sharp.
Absolutely, and the Indian student section out in mass tonight, so if you're still at home, put on your warm coat.
That's right. Get out in that cold car, warm it up, and come to a hot gym.
If you paid for the auto start, now's a good time to use it. And we're getting ready to get underway. They're going to start with the starting lineups of the visiting Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. The El Reno PA announcer bringing the...
Now we're talking. Let's get us some starters out there. Let's get this thing going.
And the starters for the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. Number 4, Xavier Ridnour. There's a lot of juniors on this squad. We expect to see a lot of talent coming back next year.
And there's a lot of really good Ridnours that have played in Kingfisher.
Number 10, Jax Sternberger, a junior. Number 11, Max Mecklenburg. The first 3 starters, juniors. Number 22, Judd Birdwell. 4 of their starting 5, juniors. And 22, Kate Kitchens. All 5 of their starters are juniors, so a lot of talent coming back next year.
And 4 of the 5 had older siblings that were phenomenal Kingfisher basketball players. So now I get it. Now I know why they graduated 5 seniors, and now they've got a number 1 team again.
That's right, and undefeated they come into the contest, starting for the Indians. Number 1, Carter Roman Nose. Number 4, Matt Topai. Number 5, Dominic Havern.
Our only senior starter.
That's right. Number 14, Evan Roman Nose, and 35, James Ravelis. Hopefully I said it right. I pronounced it about every possible way you can imagine.
Ravelis.
And every time I go see Miss Patty, she says, hey, get it, do better, get it right. So credit to her, and every one of these El Reno athletes is just like her own kid. She'll battle tooth and nail to protect the athletes of El Reno schools, and if you don't know Miss Patty, you're doing yourself a disservice. There's nobody more focused on their efforts and their job. That's Patty Purvis. Technically her title's the athletic secretary, but
she's the woman to whom you cannot say no.
Absolutely. She will say, hey, somebody's not keeping books for me. Kurt, come keep books.
That's okay, right. Patty.
When Miss Patty calls, thou shalt comply.
That's right.
And there's the tip, and it is offensed almost by the Indians. James to Carter to a sprinting Evan who can't quite wrangle it, and the Yellow Jackets win the tip, but the El Reno Indians get the arrow. And Carter's going to be called with a foul. I think it's the first hand check, not the block. I think it was the hand check. We'll see what he calls. Nope, they got him for the block, so his first foul. I think it's a good call, but I thought the contact was actually hand on the hip on the drive. I thought the block was clean, but in any event, Kingfisher to the free throw line to shoot one, and Carter back already getting.
That's exactly what the official told him just then.
The block was clean, but the hand on the body wasn't.
Yep.
And kudos to the young freshman. He went and respectfully approached the official. Excuse me, Mr. Official, what can I do to do better next time? How can I improve that? And the official says, here's what I saw.
Yeah.
You know, an opportunity for the young man to learn. And 1 for 2, Kingfisher out of the gates from the free throw line. El Reno behind early.
And that man is not only a very good official, he is a fine person.
Absolutely.
I've known him for many, many years. And East Central grad.
An East Central grad.
We're getting all sorts of East Central.
Also, all sorts of Tiger love tonight.
Tiger love, yes, absolutely.
Kingfisher with the steal, quickly into the front court, and Evan on the defense. And Matt. And then Evan with it between the circles. Kingfisher to the left wing. Kingfisher to the right wing. Great slide under by the Kingfisher big man. He can't finish. Dominic in there to keep that ball alive and wrangled down by Matt Topai.
That's a good job.
Dominic playing well above his listed height as he gets in there. He couldn't get the rebound, but he kept it alive. And Matt brought it down, and into the front court come the Indians. Take the dribble handoff. Long one-handed skip past the Topai in the corner. And he's going to say stepped out of bounds. And that's a tough pass. Now, it helps that Evan's a lefty and can throw it with his strong hand. Yes. That's a long pass. This court's 50 feet wide, and he threw that about 48.5 feet.
Right, and there was a Kingfisher grandfather over in that corner that kind of helped the official by pointing down and saying,
right here, young man.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, right here, young man. But you know what? That's part of it. That's
right.
Part of the environment. So,
that's right.
And Kingfisher travels well. The visitor section, at least a third to half full. And if you've been to Jinx Simmons, you know the bleachers go well above what you can actually see on the court. They go way up into the rafters. A little bit reminiscent of the old Gallagher-Iba before they raised the roof.
Yes.
In the early 2000s. And they're going to say Kingfisher stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. And all 3 officials in the front court. Oh, and it looks like an official has grabbed Tim Pounds, a high school principal, and he's going to have to go over and have a sportsmanship conversation with the Indian student section. And if you're a student, we want you to be loud, but we also want you to be respectful.
Absolutely.
It's okay to have spirit. It's not okay to do it in an inappropriate manner. So
good to have our administrators here tonight and
great
controlling things.
Great job by Dominic. He went right at number 4 for Kingfisher, and he's going to be whistled for the foul. So his first, team's first.
You know, I was watching the JV game, and I was just kind of shaking my head because basically when our JV won by about 25 points, they were playing pretty much people that were their age.
Yeah.
And very few times
Great
yes,
post up by James, and he's going to draw the foul, 2 hands in his back.
Yeah. And, you know, these officials have been consistent with that call, Zach.
Yes. And they're going to make the post player play his position.
That.
Yes. Great job by James. Posted up deep again.
Good kick out.
Topai in the corner. Gets the ball. And
that was a great kick out by James, and Matthew was spotted up and ready to let her rip.
El Reno on the board, 3-1 now they lead. 5:52 and counting to play in the first quarter. And they're going to get El Reno with a hold. I think they're going to get Topai on the hold on the cutter. Check that Evan they're going to get with the hold on the cutter.
Yeah.
His first team second. So each of the Roman Nose brothers with a foul early.
Yeah, Kingfisher has ran that high screen post and flash to the bucket, and El Reno has got to talk.
Yes.
They've got to communicate inside, and Coach Hayden can't do it all for them. They have got to communicate on the floor because he isn't on the floor. He wants to be.
Well executed by Kingfisher.
Again.
And Evan's struggling to get it in, but he finds Dom.
Good pass by Dom. And we got to get it across.
Yep. And into the front court comes Topai. The fake dribble handoff.
Good decision by Matthew. James working hard at post.
There it is, and they're going to double him. They've watched
and he steps through. Good job.
He's going to get 2 shots.
Excellent job. Way to be strong with the ball, young man.
And that foul on number 20, his first, team's third, and James to the free throw line. He'll have an opportunity to shoot too. Kingfisher got a wholesale sub here. Checking in for Kingfisher. And they're going to have a discussion of whether or not he had started his upward movement, I think. The Kingfisher coach asking, was he going up or was he on the floor?
He was pulling over to go up.
And they're going to say he was on the floor.
Yeah. I think that's the correct call.
Yeah. Numbers 5, 3, and 35 checking in for Kingfisher to the bench. 11. Didn't catch the other 2 checking out for the Indians. Or for the Yellow Jackets, I'm sorry.
Now, immediately, and I love that piece of officiating because we have seen that numerous times.
By James, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, we've seen that numerous times when James just gets the devil beat out of him over and over, and immediately that official looked at the kid and said, get your hands off of him.
Yep.
Great job.
I'll whistle you for it. That's your warning now, you know.
That's right.
Great job by Carter. And Carter baited that pass. He appeared to be overplaying his man, but knew exactly where the ball was. James still posting up big. Dominic dials it up from deep, nearly gets it to fall.
That's a great look by Dom.
It was. And Dominic's not known as a sharpshooter, but when he gets a good look at it, he'll pull the trigger. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't, but I'm okay with that long shot by Dominic early. Definitely,
and so is Coach Hayden.
Yep. You'll give him a couple of looks at it. If they don't fall, then you make an adjustment, but you take a couple of looks early for sure. Yep, they're going to go. Yeah. I thought they had a travel. They're going to get Topai on the hold, I believe, here. Yeah. It's going to be a good call. Topai overplayed, and he actually grabbed onto the Yellow Jacket to stop his momentum, so good call by the official. Third team foul, his first, and checking in for the first time tonight. Rossi Harjo, out goes Dominic, and in comes Trey Davis, and out comes Topai.
Dom gave a solid 4 minutes, as did Topai.
And when you've got somebody like Rossi that you can sub in and you don't lose a lot, you don't drop off a lot. Correct. It lets you bring your starting point guard, get him lots of opportunities to stay hydrated, lots of opportunities to get a breather on the bench.
Yeah. I like what Carter is doing right now. Carter is kind of doing the Leslie Valdez Velociraptor imitation. He's like, I'm not looking straight at you, but I know where you are.
I know where you are. 35 for Kingfisher.
Great block out.
Carter. And a timeout by Coach Hayden. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them. 5-3 El Reno leads. You're watching Indian basketball.
.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit GoPioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1.
We're back to it. The 15-second horn has sounded. 3:27 to play in the first. El Reno leads 5-3. And Carter inbounds to Rossi, and into the front court comes the reserve point guard. Strong inside crossover, dribble handoff. Evan to his left. As the lefty, he likes that direction. Good job by holding his pivot foot. They're asking for a travel, but it wasn't.
It was not a travel.
You and I can look right down that line. We saw space, and Rossi pulls it.
Excellent shot by Rossi. And great play there. Great recognition of where the shooter was by the young man, Trey Davis, just coming in.
Who are they going to get here?
Rossi.
They're going to get Rossi. All right, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he ran into him.
Now they're going to get one. They're going to get Carter. That's his second. Oh, check that. They're going to correct that foul. 15. Yeah, the look
I
on Kurt's
say
face
that
said
wasn't Carter.
Carter's 40 feet away from that. So good job by the official to recognize, hey, that's not the right guy.
Correct.
Team's fourth, his first. El Reno leads 8-3, 2:50 to play in the first quarter.
You know, maybe not everybody on the team is talking, but Evan certainly is.
That's right. Good closeout by Trey Davis. That ball batted around, kept alive by James. And into the front court comes Evan as Rodney Hayden yells go and points down the floor. Evan with his left hand high off the glass, and he gets it to fall. El Reno out early. A 10-3 lead.
Good job. I like that take by Evan. He got around the corner and went all the way to the cup, laid it up nice and high on the glass like we talked about in the girls' game. Use that glass. It pays you. It serves you well.
Right. Corner three, no good.
Got a block out.
Evan knocks that one loose, and he's off to the races
by
again.
Evan.
He doesn't have numbers here, so he's going to kill it. Finds Carter teeing it up in the corner. Can't get it to fall.
This gym would have exploded had that gone down.
You can feel the energy building in the student section. Good challenge by Trey Davis, but that ball falls. Yeah. 5-10 now, the Indian lead. 1:45 to play in the first. To James, who's running down the floor. He picks it up, back out to Carter between the circles. Carter thinks about it, decides not to. Nice cross-court bounce pass to Trey. 2 dribbles middle, turns lefty, no good. 1 dribble gets him there, Kurt.
Right.
2 dribbles is going to kill it. 1 dribble gets him there.
As long and lanky as Trey is, 1 big drop step would have been perfect.
Corner 3, no good. And this
good block out by Trey right there.
And number 35 from Kingfisher, he's going to either make it or break it. He is selling out to shoot that corner 3.
Yeah. And I believe that's why he's in, because he is a 3-point shooter.
And Kingfisher, to their credit, they're finding him. Rossi tees that one up. I think Kingfisher got a piece of that one. Trey Davis battles, almost gets it. Trey Davis, even though a lanky freshman, understands how to use his space.
Yes.
How to stay clear, and another 15 or 20 pounds of muscle. Revolutionized that young man's game, but finally the 3 goes for the Yellow Jackets. El Reno leads by 2, 10-8. 48 seconds to play in the first quarter, and to the table comes Jacob Robertson. He prepares to make his first appearance of the game. And a turnover, I think a traveling violation called. Jacob's going to check in. They're going to bring James to the bench, probably keep him out of foul trouble here at the end of the first quarter.
Yes, that's a good move. Yep. And, you know, Jacob played some great minutes in the JV game that finished about 2 hours ago. So he's getting his confidence back after being out for that 8 weeks after the Hera tournament.
That's right.
And he has all of his teeth, and that's good.
That's right. And Kurt, I've been there. I've lost 7 teeth playing basketball over the years. 35 tees that one up from the corner, and that's the shot he's been looking for.
Yes. And 35 is Chase Davis, senior.
That's right. Rossi pulls it out. El Reno now trails 11-10 in the first. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Carter pulls it up from way deep. Can't get it to go. Trey keeps it alive, goes right back up with it. Can't get it to go.
Oh.
And a foul. They got a foul, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Excellent pursuit.
Jacob Robertson's going to shoot 2.
Of the offensive rebound by the Indians. Great job.
And
Great job by Jacob to clean up. Excellent job by Trey.
Jacob Robertson will finally shoot free throws. And there was a miscommunication. There were zeros on the clock. It was a whistle that happened when the buzzer sounded, so the band counted off the fight song, which is normal for them. They didn't understand there were whistles blown, but got to be careful that you don't catch a delay of game here. I think they're just going to say it was a miscommunication. And that's exactly what they're going to do. The officials could assess a delay of game, which is not. The first one's not a penalty. The first one's not a foul. The second one's a technical.
To the band, to Nathan's credit, I didn't realize it was a foul until you told me.
Yeah.
So he probably saw, okay, horn buzzed, hit it.
And 1 for 1, and Jacob almost seemed in a hurry to get to the huddle. 1 for 1 he goes, 11-all at the end of the first. El Reno tied with Kingfisher watching Indian basketball. We'll be right back.
School streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
And we prepare to start the second quarter. And the possession arrow in favor of the Indians, so El Reno to inbound at the division line. Into Rossi in the backcourt, and on the court to start the second quarter, Rossi, both Roman Nose brothers, Trey Davis and Jonathan. Jacob. So the same roster we ended the quarter with. Spot up 3, top of the key, rattles out, no good. And a great job by, did they call a double foul here? Nope. They're going to get Evan for a foul here. They're going to get Evan for a foul here. And Coach Hayden standing at the official trying to get a clarification on the call. Corner 3, good. And that's the concern here, Kurt.
And that was a huge turnaround.
Yeah, it was. And that's the concern here, as well as, you know, Kingfisher's not 14-0 on accident. They've obviously got guys who can shoot the basketball.
Correct.
Jacob pulls that one from 19 feet, gets it to fall, only a 2-point basket. El Reno trails by 1, 13-14. 9 more inches, it's worth an extra point there.
Right, Jacob from the baseline hit a couple of those in the JV game, and he missed a couple of them just a little short, so nice adjustment by the young man.
Yeah, Rossi's got to know where that ball's coming when it comes off on a longer on
good hands right there by Carter.
Every drive by Kingfisher, they haven't looked to score off the drive yet. Every drive is to try and find a 3-point, and a foul going to be called on Kingfisher. They're going to say a hit to the arm against Kingfisher, so good call there. They're going to get blue 3 for that foul. His second, Kurt. And James is going to check back in and bring Evan to the sideline. Evan checks out.
Great job by Evan.
And Kingfisher to sub again.
Was that Evan's second foul, Zach?
I'm not sure. But in any event,
it was his second foul, so very good move there. Got him out. We don't want him to pick up third foul.
Great job by James to step through contact. Can't get it to fall, but an excellent play by the young freshman.
Excellent.
Or young sophomore, rather. Couldn't get it to fall. Good job by Rossi to kill the break, and Jacob understands there's a shooter out there, and not the ideal matchup, but he's going to do what he's got to do. So he ran at him. He didn't hit him, but challenged the shot.
Yeah.
And he also understood that he was first man back on transition there, so heads up play by the young fella. Yeah, not the best pass to throw there. You got to go run it down. Foot race. You can't let Kingfisher win that foot race.
Jacob was very smart right there. He recognized that the player was too far under, wouldn't make the bucket, got ready to get the offensive rebound, and his own teammate knocked the ball out of his hands.
Coach Hayden,
so great hustle.
Coach Hayden's going to call his second timeout of the first half. This a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here. El Reno trailing by 1, 14-13 over the Yellow Jackets of Kingfisher.
And I think it kind of behooves itself for me to say this: make a pass, fake a pass to make a pass.
Absolutely.
Because right now Kingfisher is reading every pass.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's telegraphing, but we're not.
Yeah.
I mean, we're making sharp passes, but they're reading everything.
Well, we're throwing it as we see it, and although you want to see a nice sharp pass fake, you could almost just look and pause.
Correct.
And that Kingfisher defense is going to rotate, and then you can swing it the other way.
Right.
So if you're not real confident or you haven't repped enough that hard snap pass fake, if you look and lean, you can even shift the defense as aggressive as Kingfisher wants to play. They're looking for any indication of where that ball's going so they can be there when the ball gets there.
Correct.
Shooter in the corner. Good job by, and that's going to go out of bounds off Kingfisher.
It's good defense by El Reno on that set.
They got Kingfisher squeezed in the corner. Kingfisher tried to find the cutter coming across, and the Indian help side safety just collapsed in there. That's a tough pass to make because you're pinned behind the backboard.
It is.
Even if he catches it, the question is, does he have anywhere to go with it? That's going to be deflected out of bounds. Rossi's got to be strong with the ball here. Can't go soft over the top catch.
No.
Rip through, take it down to the knees, and rip it through back into the pocket on the other side.
Even though Kingfisher isn't extremely tall, they are long and rangy at every position.
Rossi,
excellent job by Rossi.
Both of his three-point baskets tonight have come off of the pull-up, coming off of the quick pass. A lot of shooters want to get their feet set. Rossi just kind of feels it. I like the way I feel. We'll go ahead and put this one up. And that can be a tough cover for Kingfisher. They're looking to go, he's going to be off balance to pull this, and he's pulling it.
Yeah.
Fading a little bit left or right. Ball still going in.
Yeah.
El Reno back on top, 16-14, 5:09 and counting to play in the first half. Good closeout, and he forced a travel.
Excellent job by Jacob. Jacob is really giving us some good minutes. We see that he is settling back into his role before his injury.
And that's a tough cover. Your kid, your guy who wants to play power forward center, kind of a back to the basket sort of look, having to close out a guard, chopping his feet, getting his hips and his butt down, throwing that hand up to challenge a shot,
and there he goes
there on
again.
The offensive rebound. El Reno on top, 18-14. This has been a back and forth game, so if you bought a ticket so far, you're getting every nickel's worth.
Go get in the cold car and get here.
That's right. The El Reno.
I'm sure we've got some hot coffee and cocoa, so you can warm up once you get here.
And if not, I'll get you some coffee.
That's right.
Come on out. Spot up three by number 4 for Kingfisher.
Got to pull it.
And a great, strong rebound by Jacob. He caught it at the high point. Carter nearly loses it, able to wrangle it back under control, but sets himself up for a trap, and he throws away the pass on the long skip. And Kingfisher's going to be right back in their press. And you can look at James. The game is slow to him. He's nice and calm with it. He's going to attack the guy guarding him. He's going to go right to the rim with it.
A really good job by James right there. I love that strong take.
And a timeout called by, I don't know. The coach, the official blew his whistle.
That was a rugby scrum.
And pointed. So I'm not sure what he's got coming out of here.
You know, two teams.
So that timeout's going to be charged to White. James got that timeout, so this will be a 30-second timeout. So great job, great heads-up play, diving on that loose ball, keeping possession.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Jacob during the JV game a couple of times. One, I told him to take a deep breath when he got the ball inside and collect himself. And I said, because you're coming back, and I said you're going through that processing. But I said the other thing that I said, quit fouling.
Yes.
We've got to keep you on the floor. And the young man hasn't picked up one foul tonight. he's done some great things, settled in. It's kind of like Ashlyn. You know, she picks up that 1 or 2 early fouls on the girls' side of the thing. She's kind of, I don't know, it's not done for the night, but she struggles.
Yeah, it changes the mentality. You can't be as aggressive as you want to be. It makes you sit back and think.
Correct.
And you spend a lot of minutes on the bench.
Right.
So they're missing your leadership.
Right.
Great job high pointing that ball.
Yeah.
Jacob finds James. And
and
Coach Hayden saying throw it to the big fella.
Everybody in the gym was doing the Coach Hayden rock backwards going, what in the world?
And this is the
and
biggest.
We throw the ball away.
This is the biggest lineup we've seen Coach Hayden go with this year. He's got 2 power forwards in the center out there right now.
Correct.
Trey Davis, the center, and the James and Jacob, the power forwards.
Yeah, and you can tell that Jacob is hungry. We talked about this many times when he was sidelined, how much he wanted to be out there.
He was leaning in every time out huddle. He was coaching guys up from the bench.
Yes.
Guys would sub out. He'd go sit next to him and talk to him.
Yes.
Here's what I see. What do you see, right? Coaching those guys up. Just because you're not on the floor doesn't mean your minutes in, and that's going to be an and one. And on the back of the and one.
Yeah, that was some great passing by Kingfisher.
And that's Jacob's first foul, team's 6th.
A little bit of shout out here. This is the young man, Mr. Kitchens, Caden Kitchens, and it was his grandmother that I spoke with. We are missing blockouts. We can't do that.
Good job by Jacob.
Good job by Jacob.
He felt the pressure coming, knew that he was trying to tip it out from behind, so he ripped it through and secured it.
Very good. What we're doing right now, or what we did on that possession, Zach, is we're jumping for the ball instead of blocking out first.
That's right.
And
James reverses it to Rossi. Rossi pulls another one. Nearly gets it to go. I think if I'm Rossi, I still shoot that. I like that shot.
I like the hustle that I'm seeing.
So they pass on the travel, and then they're going to get Jacob for his second foul. Should have been a travel on the young man from Kingfisher as he caught the ball standing, fell to his backside, rolled over to his left hip, and they're going to get Jacob for a hold, and that's going to be the 17th foul. Looks like he split his lip loose. Yep, he comes to the sideline, complaining that he got elbowed in the mouth and he's bleeding from the lip, which is generally doesn't happen on accident. Blood doesn't just fall out of your face, Kurt.
And which is not good because that's where he took a shot in the Hera tournament. I hate to see that.
And it's going to be a stoppage of play to clean up the remnants of sweaty Indians and Yellow Jackets flying out.
And I don't understand the foul on that. 4 boys were on the floor going for a loose ball, and one boy, the Kingfisher player, tripped over James' feet.
Yes.
Unfortunate. But he gave us some great minutes, and we hope everything's okay with him and getting back on the floor.
And off the dribble handoff between the circles is Carter to Matt Topai. Dominic at the table to check in. We suspect he's going to go give Rossi a break. Nice. And there's the fake a pass to make a pass you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
They're going to get Topai with a pretty soft touch there.
Yeah.
I've seen harder collisions in the hallway at the high school during passing period, Kurt.
Yeah.
And the 8th team foul, the second on Matt. 2:27 to play, tied 18 apiece.
Yeah. Earlier on that possession, Rossi got a little off balance. He drove, kind of ran into the Kingfisher player. The Kingfisher player had, had his position established. Rossi kind of ran into him, and then trying to keep them from, which is a good idea. You don't want them to get an easy layup, make them earn it. And they did.
2 for 2 are the Yellow Jackets that trip. Into James. James back to Topai. Matt's going to have to handle it. Good job by Dominic coming back to the ball, and he's going to attack the press. They're going to trap him. Great job by Carter getting it quickly into the front court. Topai tees it up far side corner, but out of bounds over the top. If you're
just
Topai,
a little short.
And if you're Topai, that's a shot you like. He shot with confidence throughout the season. He likes that And I talked to Coach Hayden today, and he recognized some of the shooting difficulties the Indians had at the Shawnee tournament, 2 for 12.
Correct.
He recognized you can't give up a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Right.
But shooting 2 for 12 from the three-point line doesn't help you either.
Yeah. That was a big stop right then, and Kingfisher kind of stopped themselves. They threw the ball out of bounds. But what I'm excited about right here is it's one possession. We're under 2 minutes. And so take care of the ball. I'd love to see us go inside to Trey.
Yes.
He's got a definite mismatch, height advantage.
Jonathan Reed making his first appearance of the evening.
Jonathan had some great looks in the JV game, and he was just a little short, and I know he wants to get out there and redeem himself.
Yes.
And we've seen the young man light it up.
Great play. Carter on the cut, righty layup.
Holy cow.
Got to be able to make layups. That's the look you want.
Yeah,
you ran the play
absolutely.
But you got to make
Beautiful
layups.
play.
And then they're going to get Carter for the and one. El Reno deep in foul trouble now. I think that's Carter's third.
I think so. Yeah, that's the case. That's the case that you need to leave it alone, and you need to let your 6'5" center, because Trey was there. He had his hand straight up. He made it a difficult shot.
Absolutely.
So don't foul.
Good job by Jonathan Reed, but Dominic just absolutely got annihilated, but the official had looked off of it and was looking at the ball. Dominic went face down in the dirt.
Why is it that Dom gets knocked around every game at least once? And that was bad.
Oh.
It happened right in front of Coach Hayden.
And what you've got to be careful for here if you're Dom is you can't get frustrated and try and make up for it by sending a jaw shot or a chin shot the other way.
Correct.
And they're going to get an illegal screen on 4 for Kingfisher.
Absolutely.
That's the 6th team foul, but being an offensive foul, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Ball's going to go out the other direction. His second.
No, but there have been two calls.
And then another, and now El Reno's going to go shoot the 1-and-1. Blue 3, going to get called for a hold in the dead ball situation there. The ball wasn't even at the disposal of Carter Roman nose. And number 3 for Kingfisher grabbed a hold of the El Reno guard and yanked him by his jersey. And I don't want to call it a makeup call, but now they're looking real close at this contact because Coach Hayden went over there and talked about it. Well, actually what they're going to do here, Kurt, and I'm sorry to interrupt, they're going to say that there was no team possession, so therefore you can't go shoot free throws because it's not a defensive foul. Without team possession, there's no offense or defense, so they're going to say it's a foul in which El Reno, nope, they're changing their mind. Okay, that was the discussion that was occurring of whether or not team possession had been established by virtue of putting the ball to disposal of the thrower. That's when team possession starts, when the thrower gets the basketball. El Reno trails 23-18, so down 5 with 1:06 to play in the second half, and I don't expect Kingfisher to lift off the throttle much here. I think they're going to keep running. I think they're going to keep running their stuff.
Oh yeah.
El Reno started strong, a great double screen. And these officials are going to talk and see what they come up with. And they're going to get Jonathan Reed with his first foul.
Right.
Coach Hayden none too happy about that. The 10th team foul puts Kingfisher in the double bonus.
Well, and Coach Hayden told the young man, you can't run through the screen.
Yep. First free throw up, no good. Kurt, this shooter, watch him flex his right hand here. It's like his hand's numb or his fingers are tingling. He's kind of flexing, opening, and closing that hand.
I think he is the young man that in the rugby scrum that
that was in
Jacob got. I think he is the one that got his feet cut.
And Blue's going to get called. Yep, Blue's going to get called for a hold here. So now the young freshman, Deontay Washington's going to get his first chance at points tonight.
Deontay scored 10 points in the third quarter to blow open the JV game. So I'm anxious to see what he brings to the table for the varsity.
Not the opening he was looking for that we wanted.
No.
On the back of a 10-point outing. 45 seconds to play. El Reno now trails by 6 according to their scoreboard, so I need to update mine. 24-18 the Indian deficit. To the short corner. Great job by James to force the reverse layup, but you can't give up the offensive rebound.
Correct.
And timeout called by Blue. It's a 60-second timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. We're going to take it with them. You're watching Indian basketball on ElRenoIndians.tv. With the whistles having blown, Kingfisher will inbound just above the 28-foot mark on the El Reno side, on the Kingfisher side of the floor, so the Kingfisher front court. 25 seconds. And I think Coach Hayden looked at his staff and said, this is a 10-0 run, isn't it? And I believe it is. Okay. El Reno was up 18-14 at one point.
Yep. This is a huge possession.
Yep. And a big ask for the freshman, Deontay Washington, as he's assigned to guard the shooter, number 11. And he got beat on the back cut. But a great block. But Kingfisher on the offensive rebound. They're going to take an 8-point lead into the break.
I think one thing that we need to concentrate on a little bit more is getting the ball inside to James.
Yes.
They have not been able to stop him, and hopefully Jacob is okay. I did not see him come back out.
I haven't either. He's probably back there getting treatment. We'll see if he comes out in the second half.
Yep.
If we're able to secure an interview, we'll bring you right back. Otherwise, we're going to step away, see if we can get the details of the interview arranged. You're watching.
Here comes Coach Douglas.
Indians basketball. We'll be right back.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Well, we are here with Coach Douglas and Ashlyn Evans-Thompson.
Yes.
And Coach, great win tonight.
Thank
Good
you.
quality team.
Yes.
Great bounce back from
A loss
we
to Mustang.
did against Mustang.
Yes.
You know what? We were there. And there
Yeah.
were a lot of times that we cut it back under single digits and just a couple of layups made, and it had been a different story. So
Yes.
I'd like to play them again.
So would I.
We're not afraid of them.
No, not at all.
Ashlyn.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about the quality of win that was. Even though Kingfisher may not be rated, they have a long legacy, they have a long history, and they're not highly rated. I know they're ranked in Class 4A.
Yeah, so in Class 4A, they're currently ranked number 6, I believe.
Okay.
And so they are a top 10 opponent. You know, we've talked about over and over again our strength of schedule is one of the top, in 5A. So we're getting battle tested left and right. And
Absolutely.
so, most definitely Kingfisher coming in here, they've done a great job all year long. All the film that we had watched on them, we hadn't seen them at all run a 2-3 zone, but we knew that the Del City film was out there, Mustang film was out there, so most definitely we were prepared for that. We went over, scout team yesterday to go over a 2-3 zone, but since we got up and we made, some buckets early, it was easier for them in the second quarter. They had to go to a man because we started scoring, and so that always plays into our favor. Ashlyn's hard to guard, Teutonia's hard to guard. And so anytime, we can make a team get out of a zone, we're definitely going to do better. What I like today about the zone is that I feel like we are starting to learn what do we need to do against the zone.
Exactly.
And so typically against a zone, like people are going to pass the ball around, but we like to run. And so towards the end of the second quarter, or towards the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, I kept telling the girls, you have got to advance the ball up the floor, whether they're set up in a 2-3 or not, and we've got to attack to that baseline, and then we got to make sure we have somebody fill behind and somebody dive, because what happens is that starts the initiation of whatever offense you got going on,
Sure.
and it makes them out of position from the very first pass.
Right.
And so I think once we watch that on film, they'll start to understand and see, okay, we don't have to just sit here and pass it around over and over again. We can actually attack this 2-3 zone, and we can get some decent looks out of it. And so that worked into our favor. I'm super proud of them for actually adjusting
The sets
to that.
were there. I mean,
Yes.
we missed a couple of bunnies right underneath, but as far as the plays and everything set up
Right.
for the finish,
Yes.
we did everything perfect except for
Yes.
the finish. And,
Yes.
and again, we talked about this earlier.
Right.
You can't make layups for
Right.
your team.
Exactly. I can put them in that position to be
Exactly.
successful, but they're the ones who have to
Exactly.
ultimately do it. But
Yeah, and I know there's a frustration level with not only you, but with Ashlyn and with Tatana, because they set them up and everything, and they're like, ugh, just make
yes.
it,
So that's the conversation that we had with our post girls yesterday, is the fact that against a 2-3 zone, not only do you want to be able to shoot, but most of the time you want to work inside out.
Yes.
And so we're constantly telling our girls, get it in, get it in, get it in, so that way we can now, the zone will shrink, so now we can pass it back out, and we can have those wide open looks.
Yes.
So that's something that we've been talking about with our posts, in the past few days, and so it's just a process.
Yeah, it is.
But so today was super exciting. Let's stop talking about that. I just want to acknowledge Ashlyn right here because she just broke the all-time 5-on-5 Reno girls basketball scoring record. That is a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely, and we're going to hear from Ashlyn. That for me.
Hey guys.
So you interviewed your star.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Ashlyn, tell me how you felt in the first quarter because you had to have 13 points tonight to be able to break that, and you passed up a few shots for your teammates. So tell me how you felt today.
I was definitely nervous coming into the game because I was like, what if I don't score enough points? Because everyone's coming to this game. Like, this has to be the game.
Right.
And then I missed my first couple shots.
Hold on. There we go. Maybe.
I missed my first couple shots, and it made me kind of mad. But then, once our defense started going and our shots started falling, it was back into the game. The nervous jitters were over, and we were just playing basketball. I don't know how to. I was excited.
Okay, so you had 20 points tonight. Did you expect to have 13, or your average about 14, 15, 16, or did you think you were going to go off for 20?
I wanted to go off. I didn't get my hopes up because when I get my hopes up, then I doubt myself. I think about it too much. But no, I definitely thought I was gonna just average 16, 15 or so. But I'm excited. I got a good game on my breaking the record. Or
yes.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad I dropped 20.
So how does your family feel? What do you think they say?
They're so excited. I could hear them the whole game, every single play. Woo! How close I am. I didn't know the whole game until right before I was about to score my last point. Everyone on the student section was like, "Go score, go score!" And I couldn't see the little board they were holding, keeping track of the points. And I was like, "Well, guess I'll go score." So then I went and scored, and everyone went crazy. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I guess that was it." So then I did my little happy dance where I jumped up. I did that a lot.
Yes. Well, we are super proud of you, not only me as your head coach, but our coaching staff, our team, and our fans. So congratulations.
Extremely proud of you, young lady.
Thank you.
Yes, and then more to come. So you got tons of games left, and let's go ahead and set that bar high.
I'm going to set it high. I'm not going to make it easy.
Yes, that is the goal at the end of the year. Yes, most definitely.
So tell them, turn this around. That's terrible. Hold on.
Kurt just makes it up as he goes around.
I know, right?
Hold that up.
Oh, yeah, that's where we're at, right?
1,286 points. I don't know if you guys can see it from all the way.
1,286 points. That's what she has. And so she broke the record tonight, and she's going to just set the bar even higher.
Yep.
That's right.
Proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
Coach Ashlyn, we appreciate you guys coming by. I know this is a new part of our broadcast, but we've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. So you are the face of Lady Indian basketball, and Ashlyn
yes.
sitting right in your hip pocket.
Most
So
definitely.
we appreciate you both coming by. If you're watching, we're going to take one more commercial break for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back to start the second half.
Thank you.
Basketball. We'll be right back. And as we near zeros on the clock, about 10 seconds left in the intermission period, we thank Ashlyn and Coach Douglas for coming down and giving us a few minutes of their time. And Ashlyn taking away some moments with her family to come talk to us about her experience as she sets the record. And we're underway in the third quarter. El Reno trailing by 8 to the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets, 26-18. And Topai on the drive, off the glass.
Excellent job.
He gets it to finish.
Great set play there by Coach Hayden.
Yep, good call coming out of the break. El Reno draws to within 6. And Dominic.
You cannot fault our defense at all tonight.
No.
We blocked out hard. We played tough on the perimeter. We've talked.
And
we've got Evan, our mouthpiece, is back in there, but they slipped one in on us. They make so many back screens and so many cuts.
And we
it's
have
very difficult.
Timeout on the floor. Oh, they've stopped play due to a water spill or a sweat spill probably. And as we get late in the game and the players sweat aggressively, if you stand in one spot very long, you're going to make a puddle. So I think that was part of the problem. Had a few seconds of standing around.
Yeah.
And so in with the ball, throws Carter Roman nose to Dominic, who brings it across the timeline and into the front court. The dribble handoff to Carter. Stutters to his left. Great look off to get that pass to a guarded Topai. He looked at Evan through the no look to Topai.
Yes.
James to Dominic. Dominic pointing, comes off the James ball screen. Back inside, and they're going to get, looks like Kingfisher 22 for a hold.
Excellent job. What I want to see, I love the fact that Coach has done this adjustment. James is going up high, setting the screen, and then he is rolling to the bucket.
Yep.
And
great drive by, and they're going to send it. That's a good call.
That's a good call.
Carter he got enough space to get the inbounds. To catch the pass, he created space. Kingfisher closed out. He attacked him, and he wasn't able to get around him. The crossover wasn't effective to create space.
Yep.
So he tried to beat him to the spot, and Kingfisher recovered, took the charge.
Yeah, really good defense right there by Kitchens. He made the out-of-bounds line his second defender.
Absolutely, and when you're Carter, you're in a corner there. You got a sideline to your back. You got a baseline to your hip. Long three, no good, and Topai with the rebound, and into the front court come the Indians. Carter takes the Topai dribble handoff and knocks down the
You know what? That is Carter Roman nose in a nutshell. He just made a very bad error, a freshman mistake, if you will. He comes right back down the floor. He hits a three.
Yes.
Spots up. He wants it.
Absolutely.
Great job by the young man.
6:09 to play in the third quarter, and James is going to get called for a foul as he
is getting called for a foul, but that could almost be a moving screen because the Kingfisher screener was leaning to the right.
And at some point, that's about the fourth time Kingfisher's run that. It looks like a double screen, and it is double screen, but it's not a stack screen, it's a delayed double.
Yeah.
So effectively, there's only one effective screen there.
Right.
And you've got to know it's coming, and you got to talk to it. You got to talk you got to scout it, you got to know it's coming, and you got to talk your way through it. If they didn't make an adjustment in the locker room, you got to talk to your teammates and say, hey, if you're James and that screen's coming, you need a teammate behind you yelling, screen, screen.
And right there was absolutely no excuse for that. We have got to know where the help side is, and we just let the guy beat Evan. He was overplaying. Beat him, and he went all the way to the cup. We can't do that.
Absolutely. And Coach Hayden asking Dominic, why aren't you getting it to James? James is posted up deep. Topai, the long three, can't get it to fall. James nearly keeps it alive. Kingfisher secures the rebound on the tip out, and into the front court come the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Coach Hayden right now is trying to make them understand you're going to get more benefit out of getting the ball inside the paint, picking up a foul, even if we don't score, picking up a foul on the Kingfisher player. Because the way that the officials are calling this.
And a jump ball called. But the possession arrow in favor of the Indians.
I think everybody in the entire stadium is, and Jink Simmons is scratching their head on that one.
Kingfisher.
It's kind of like the Leslie Valdez earlier in the girls' game.
Kingfisher with the mass substitution, numbers 3, 5, and 20 check in. 5:04 to play in the third.
I would immediately go to James. He has got a huge mismatch right now.
And even if he doesn't score on the post move, a double team will come and James can feel it. And a great job by Kingfisher putting two hands on. So they're gonna call number 5 for the foul. He doesn't like the call, but his second. And checking in Trey Davis, Topai to the bench. And big Jacob Robertson came out. Doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear. And out comes Dominic. And Coach Hayden going to his big lineup. We saw him experiment with this a little bit in the first half. James on the low post, Jacob in the high post, and Trey on the offside. Looks like they're going to play a little triangle post game.
You know what happened right there is they cannot double team James now.
And
that's a great move by Coach Hayden right there.
It doesn't create a mismatch. It creates a one-on-one.
Yeah, it's almost like a triangle.
Yeah. Very reminiscent, a modified version of what Phil Jackson ran with the Bulls and then
absolutely.
in the 90s and then the Lakers in the early 2000s.
Yes.
You get a guard and then you a guard to run the triangle and then you interchange with your post play.
Correct. And what we've got to be aware of is them slipping in behind on the baseline. They've done that several times, just like right there.
Yep. But defended much better.
Yes, much better. Because we have that height. Get the ball across, set it up.
And Carter,
what a steal. Excellent job by the young man. Jacob has got to value the ball more. Yeah. He's got to make sure because Kingfisher's jumping in every passing lane.
That's right.
So, again, I've said it a billion times, Zach. You fake a pass to make a pass.
That's right.
Good trap right there.
Yep.
That's another thing that brings with that triangle post.
That's right.
Is that you've got some big, long arms. And as you said many times, you don't have to slap hack or do anything. Just do your job and get your hand up.
And a great job. Great lead out pass to Evan from Carter. Carter needs to go right to the rim with his left hand. Tried to get fancy. He's going to draw the foul. I thought it was a clean block, but the official put it away. And they may have said he came in with the hand on the bottom side. The block looked clean from the top side. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So that foul charge against 22.
There's been several times that the officials have called that, and they have told and to the players' credits, they're walking over to the coach and to the officials and saying, "What did I do?"
Yeah.
And every official has shown like you're touching.
Yeah. And
it clearly states, and you and I have talked about this. You and I have talked about this over and over and over. Clearly states you can touch one time and that's it.
Yeah. We call that the size up touch. You can touch it one time. And 1 for 2. Good correction by Evan after the air ball for the free throw.
Exactly.
Inside 3 to play. El Reno leads by 2. 2:55 to play in the third.
We're behind by 2, buddy.
Thank you for correcting me. I can't read a scoreboard
I
anymore.
want us to be ahead by 2.
El Reno trails by only 2, I guess would be.
Correct.
Yep. Long 3 by Kingfisher, no good. A little bit of contact, but a good job. And Carter picks it up at about the worst spot you can. Good job by Trey Davis finding Evan. To James, he battles up in the low post and he gets it to fall.
And we got a tie ball game. Excellent job. I'm going to tell you, this move by Coach Hayden has been amazing because there is right now, and you know, there's going to be a lot of schools that are looking at us now going,
good job by
that was a great job.
Yeah, and I think that's a good call.
Yeah, it was.
One step too many. If he stops a half step sooner, that gives. So the way the rule works there.
Yeah. Jacob did a good job walling up.
Jacob has to give that player an opportunity to finish that step, and he just got a little close. And if he stops a half step short, he can still wall him up. Still a difficult shot.
Right.
And Kingfisher to the free throw line with a chance to break the tie. 2:19 to play, tied 30 apiece. First free throw, no good. And again, Kingfisher likes these mass substitutions. They'll run their 5 till they're tired, and they'll sub 3 or 4 at a time.
Yeah.
And it may be that substitution method gives them the personnel grouping that works best together.
Correct.
And it can be tricky to sub 1 and then sub 1 and then sub 1 and still have a team that works well together. James over traffic, the righty jump hook, no good. And they're going to get James on the foul.
Again, we had him dead to rights.
Yep. James
that was about 3 seconds. If we would have walled him up because all 3 of our bigs were around him, just get your hand, if you're a young player.
And Kurt, I'll tell you, I think the not reaching and then that's not swinging for a block are the single 2 plays that require the most mental discipline in the game of basketball.
Great job by Carter.
Run right to the rim with it, young man. Stutter step, almost missed it, but he gets it to fall. El Reno back on top, 32-31. 99 seconds to play.
It's a cold night. Get in your cold car and get here quick.
Yep. Let's fill Jinx Simmons. make it hard on the undefeated 4A number 1 Yellow Jackets. It's going to be last touched by El Reno.
And oh, by the way, Zach, if you want to have a sponsorship, what can you do?
Yeah, contact Coach Hayden, the Director of Athletics, or Brooke Robertson, the Community Outreach Director. They've got all that information. And if you're our first advertiser, you get to tell everybody in the community I did it first.
Yes. You know, one of the first things goes
hard crossover
is your legs.
That's right.
And we have worked Kingfisher very hard on defense. And so now what we're looking at
Great
is
pass to James in traffic, can't get it to fall. But he battles.
And Trey Davis will go up. Excellent job.
Coach Hayden is using every edge of that coach's box and then some.
And their coaches are yelling, not at the officials, at their players, and they're saying, block out. Great job on the O board by El Reno tonight. Great job.
Short. Matt Topai to check in. It looks like James maybe caught a finger or an elbow to the eye, the edge of the eye. He's guarding that eye a little bit. He'll go see the athletic trainer and make sure there's no blood. And sometimes you take a finger in the eye and you're not really injured. You just eye waters like crazy for a few minutes.
Great rebound by Jacob Robertson.
Inside 60 to play. El Reno leads 32-31 in the third.
It's good to see the young man having such success after going through so much and then taking another shot in the mouth tonight.
That's right.
Inadvertently.
A little bit of an offensive foul by Trey Davis, but no call. He did a good job walling his man off, and he's going to throw that away. Yeah, and he knew immediately he missed it.
Yeah.
He had Topai, toe in the line, ready to knock it down.
Right.
And if he pivots one more time, he sees him. He didn't pivot through quite enough. He didn't get a good
look. That's something you learn as a post, and you know this. You look at every position on the floor, not just one.
The three by Kingfisher, no good. Great rebound by Trey Davis.
Excellent.
And then Topai almost turns it over and able to wrangle it.
Yes.
Kurt was coaching that play in 3 dimensions. He was wiggling, trying to lean that ball back inbounds. Carter knocks down the three. 35-31 now the Indian lead. 4, 3, 2, no foul. And that's going to go.
Good contest by Trey right there, no foul.
El Reno goes into the end of the third. It goes into the fourth, rather, leading 33-35.
What wasn't good right there is we needed to stop ball on the perimeter.
That's the end of the third. We'll take a break. You're watching Indian Basketball. ElRenoIndians.tv. We'll be right back.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to...
We're back from the break. El Reno leads by 2. The possession arrow in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets will inbound on the near side.
Hey, Zach, I just overheard Coach Hayden say, don't let them slide behind you. You've got to know where they are, and you've got to take a step toward them, and that's exactly what we were talking about. Great adjustment right there. And they're young, they're on the floor, and he just made it crystal clear what they needed to do. Great teaching. Not just coaching.
An illegal screen called against Kingfisher trying to get the three-point shooter open.
And that's exactly what he told him to do.
And that
he
foul
said to take that step toward, don't wait on the screen to get you.
That foul on 35, the 5th team foul.
So in other words,
first foul on that young man.
In other words, beat them to the spot.
Yes. Good job by Evan, opening up away from traffic, sees it coming, throws the long pass to Carter. He pump fakes. Back to Evan into the front court. Great pass, but
Great look and awesome hustle by number 35, the senior. The only senior on their roster,
Yep.
and
he ties
that
up.
was huge.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it was telegraphed or we just took too long to throw it, but that play took a long time to develop.
Yeah, I'm not upset with that.
Carter tees that one up long, no good. He's knocked a couple down tonight, so is Rossi.
Yes.
Now, threes aren't going to shoot you back in this. If you can take them in rhythm, it's all right, but you can't give up baskets on the other end, though.
Correct.
We're tied at 35 apiece as we near 7 to play. I think a lot closer than the odds makers would have put this one with number 1 Kingfisher and
we went into overtime to beat Guthrie. We went overtime to beat Guthrie, and they beat Guthrie by 30 Saturday night.
Yeah. Great hesitation by Evan. He's going to get the ISO, and we tried to get too fancy with it. Just go score.
That's a great hustle by Jacob, though. Be confident of yourself, young man. You need to go up. Trey had it. He just needed to go up, put it nice and soft off the glass.
Yeah. Matt Topai is going to check out. I think we just tried to get a little too fancy there. Stay basic. Stay with the layup game.
Yeah. Okay, we got James back in after getting poked in the eye inadvertently.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. No, not at all.
And
sometimes it happens.
And now we've got the triangle post back, and let's hope that
ball poked out of bounds by Carter. Deflection to the.
Let's hope that can do what it was doing because it got us a 4-point lead. Here comes the wholesale substitutions.
That's right. And
keeping fresh legs.
And
we don't quite have that luxury yet.
No. We will in a couple of years.
Yes,
we're still really young.
absolutely.
Lots of freshmen in the lineup. In fact, not a senior on the floor right now.
No.
And 2 freshmen, 2 sophomore, and a junior.
Excellent.
And Evan off the glass.
Got a tie ball game. That was all due to Carter's read.
That's right.
Excellent job by the young man, reading the pass, picking the pass off, and then leading his older brother down the floor. If he would have thrown it right to him, the Kingfisher player would have had it in his hand.
Inside 6 to play, tied 37 apiece. Great
Coach Hayden is admonishing his young inside post people know where they are.
That's right. Great defense by James. Great defense by Trey to challenge.
Oh, an excellent block by Trey Davis.
And into the front court comes Carter. This is going to come down.
James is posting up hard. They got to give him the ball. When they see his numbers, give him the ball.
And back to that 3-post look, the skip to James. He's going to be double teamed. He's got to see the double.
He's got to kick it out.
And a held ball, arrow in favor of the Indians. Bad pass by Carter. And then they're going to get James on a hold. That's the same held ball they called in the corner, Kurt.
I agree. Yeah,
and that's his 3rd.
I don't think El Reno Nation agreed with that.
No. And the student fans letting the officials know their opinion on the matter. What they don't understand is that particular official's actually deaf since birth. So he's not even aware of what's happening.
Correct.
And that's not a knock on the official. He's one of the best officials in the state of Oklahoma.
This crew has done an amazing job.
Oh, all night for sure.
I'd like to have them anytime we play.
Lead the break, Carter. Great pass to James. Can he hang on to it? He does.
Wow, what a block. Right back to him. That was a beautiful block, beautiful defensive play.
And Coach Hayden
James held his composure.
Coach Hayden looking across the floor saying that's the same contact.
That's right.
Good defense by Carter on the edge. 4.5 to play. El Reno leads by 2, 39-37. Kingfisher undefeated, 14-0, ranked number 1 in Class 4A. Head tap. This is going to be an isolation play for a shooter. Just like that.
timeout by Kingfisher.
30-second timeout. Expect him, Kurt, to come out in a press. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Expect him to come out in a press. We'll see what type of adjustments El Reno's able to make to account for the press.
Right. Yeah, I think one of the things that Coach Hayden is going to be looking at is the triple post is so effective, but when you're trying to break a press and you've got 3 suspect ball handlers, that's a little bit difficult to dribble, but if you break a man to the middle, because with a high lob, if you, not a lob, but get that to the middle and break it, you can make layup after layup after layup. So let's just see what they do. They are coming out in a press. They're in a man press, and I'm sure Coach Hayden made our team aware.
Down screen, cross screen, and send a runner.
We got the ball in. We took care of the ball, but Coach Hayden turned around and looked, and he said, that wasn't quite what I called.
Yeah, not what I was looking for.
Not what I was looking for.
Effective nonetheless. Tried to get too fancy there, but the older Romanos helping the younger out, and I think a miscommunication there. I think Kurt, Evan threw that. He's a lefty, and his left hand was the far hand there, so he threw that lefty lob pass, and I think he got away from him.
Yeah. Carter just asked the official, I got bumped twice, and he was pointing at where the incident happened, and the official just kind of looked at him and said, well, you know, play through it.
Yeah, play on, young man. Jacob's got to stay on the floor there.
He just needs to stay on the floor and wall up, and the guy would have had 3 seconds in the lane.
Yep. And we're seeing Kingfisher go to a similar look that Mustang went up against the Lady Indians in the tournament finals.
Yeah.
Trying to slow the game down.
Correct.
Only 5 team fouls for each team. El Reno trails by 1, 40-39. As long as they don't give up a 3 here, this game isn't in a dire.
Excellent job. Wall up by James, straight up. Trey came on help side.
And had the block.
We have to secure.
Transition 3, doesn't fall. James battling, still gets it back. And they're going to say he dribbled it out of bounds. And 2 subs coming. Numbers 4 and 35 check in for Kingfisher. 20 and 10 go to the bench. The 5 on the floor for the Indians, the Roman Nose brothers.
Hey,
James, Jacob, and Trey.
Even if we didn't get the possession, that was outstanding hustle by James.
Yes.
You can see how bad the young man wants this game. Excellent read by Carter.
Go shoot the layup. He got fancy. He was too worried about the contact. He tried to do a 2-foot gather. Just go shoot a left-handed layup.
Just go shoot a layup. If you get fouled, you get fouled.
And Coach Hayden has that look on his face knowing that's a possession that we want back.
That's 2.
Yep.
That we want back.
Long 3, dials up, falls. And that one with 2:16 left is going to make this game a lot more difficult to shoot your way back into. Trey Davis, the low post, takes 2 bounces, and he's going to draw the foul.
Absolutely. The first foul occurred and it wasn't called. There was a definite blocking foul.
Yeah, and I still want to see Trey 1 bounce get to the rim.
Yes.
When you're that close, the longer you bounce it, the more people are coming, and you've got to take the advantage while you have the man advantage there.
And the other thing is, like you said many times about the young man getting into the weight room on the off season, he's going to be able to get the spot that he wants and hold it.
Yes.
Right now, they're able to kind of push him off of it. Great job.
The young man. El Reno back to within 2. 41-43, they trail. 2 minutes and counting to play in the 4th against 14-0. Top-ranked Kingfisher from 4A. Long lob, defended to perfection by Trey Davis.
Excellent job by Trey Davis.
He had inside
He had inside leverage.
He timed it. He high pointed that basketball. This is going to be a 60-second timeout called by Coach Hayden, the El Reno Indians.
Yes.
El Reno trails by 2, a minute 45. We'll take the break with them. You're watching Indian basketball.
And maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you...
We're back. El Reno trailing 41-43 with the ball. They're going to inbound it just inside the division line on the near side of your screen, which is opposite the table. Coach Hayden down to his last timeout. On the floor, Dominic Havern, the Roman Nose brothers, James and Trey Davis. The dribble handoff to Carter. The dribble handoff to Evan. They got James isolated. The pass out to Trey Davis and the
What a beautiful play.
Absolute perfection.
Absolutely fantastic play by Coach Hayden.
And that's going to tie it all the way up 43 apiece. Executed to perfection with a great finish by the young man at the basket. And in a year,
Coach
that's going to be a
knew without a doubt that
Yep.
James would draw a double team,
Yep.
and James did a beautiful pass to Trey, and Trey did what, Zach? He finished.
Oh, absolutely. In a year from now, when he gets in the weight room, that's going to be a two-handed slam.
That's right.
That's going to be a Del City finish.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's a time and a place that that young man is going to want to see Del City again.
Kingfisher's going to hold for one here. They're going to try and win it. You know what they say? Go for the tie at home and win it on the road, because you got the crowd at your back at home.
Yeah.
Coach Hayden giving two hands to Carter. Not yet, Carter, he says. Kingfisher going to be again content to hold it. And El Reno trying to get one more possession. Dominic, great job looking at the official, knowing when does that 5 count start.
Exactly.
And a timeout, 60-second timeout called with 21 and change on the clock, tied at 43 apiece. This will take Kingfisher to one timeout apiece, 60-second timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Indian basketball.
Get to record a program. Visit GoPioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not.
Back to it with 21.8, Kingfisher to inbound. 28
Zach,
foot
we
mark
talked
opposite
about
the
this
table.
several times. About 12 seconds is kind of that magic number.
Yep.
To start the play.
Kingfisher's got two choices here, and they're gonna take the second choice. One choice is to try and score off that sideline, a quick layup or an open three. The second is to walk it up the floor, and they know that the next El Reno foul is going to shoot. I guarantee you they talked about it in the huddle.
Oh my God!
Pocket picked. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay here. Great job by Evan.
That was a great job by Evan. He read that bounce. If you're a young player out there, you can time a bounce.
Timeout called by Coach Hayden. It's a 60-second timeout. His final timeout, 4.7 on the clock. El Reno to inbound in the short court. We're going to take it with him. You're watching Indian basketball.
All that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
.7 on the clock. Kurt sitting perfectly calm. My heart about to explode. Tied at 43 apiece. El Reno to inbounds on the far side sideline. And they're going to pull him out on a blood loss. And head trainer Alex going to wipe the... And Evan able to quickly get to the floor before 15 seconds to correct the blood issue. And they're going to park Evan and bring Dominic. It looks like Coach Hayden's going to have to change the play. He didn't get the personnel matchup that he wanted. Now they're seating the Kingfisher bench. Only the head coach is allowed to be standing. James in the low post. In traffic. Can't get it to fall. And he gets it to go! And he gets it to go! And Trey Davis gets it to go! Trey Davis gets it to go!
Offensive board, Trey Davis.
They're saying a timeout called with time on the clock. They're saying a timeout called with time on the clock. Right now it's 45-43 El Reno. But timeout called by Kingfisher with time on the clock. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. I'm squealing like a 12-year-old boy, so we need to take this timeout with him so I can rehydrate. You're watching Indian basketball.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and...
Kingfisher with one timeout left. The officials have put .4 on the clock. El Reno leads 45-43. In the fourth quarter, against 4A, top-ranked Kingfisher comes into the contest 14-0. Beat Guthrie by 30 just a few nights ago. This is time they can get a legitimate shot, not just the tip rule at .3.
Great move by Coach. He's got Trey Davis and his 6'5", about 9-foot arm span.
That's right, the El Reno student section coming alive. The El Reno fan base coming alive. Kingfisher looks deep, they throw it.
Great job by Trey.
It's going to be intercepted by Trey, by Carter Romanos. The ball game is over.
El Reno
undefeated winning
has
streak.
beaten undefeated Kingfisher. What a gutsy performance by not only the El Reno Indians, but the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets.
And huge shout out to Trey Davis.
Absolutely.
James missed the potential game winner. Trey picked it up and knocked it down. He then intercepted the 90-foot pass.
Absolutely.
To put El Reno in the win column. And undefeated 14-0 Kingfisher falls to the Indians, who rebound in a strong way after giving up a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter just 3 nights ago at the Shawnee tournament. El Reno's going to get out of here with a win.
Coach Hayden just looked at his players and said, get over there to the student body and thank them.
And you can see them up on the rail. So big shout out to the El Reno Indians. Big thanks to the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. And they travel in mass. They filled their section
Absolutely.
well. We're on the road Friday at Del City. 5A number 1 Del City, and the Indians have a tall task ahead of them. And the Lady Indians looking for redemption.
That's right.
Zeros on the clock. El Reno won it, and we're going to go to Kurt for the final words.
Well, as far as Kingfisher, this is their first loss, but they are a well-coached team. They play hard. They will be fine, and we will wish them every fortune down the road, and we hope to see them in the state tournament. And you know what? I am seeing growth night in and night out with our young team.
Yes.
And I couldn't be any prouder than a group of boys. Coach Hayden made some incredible adjustments. I thought the turning point of this whole game was when he brought in Trey, James, and Jacob as that triple post. And it was a little bit more than an outsized Kingfisher squad had to go. And it may be something that he's found that he's going to be looking at a whole lot more. Because when you've got Evan and you've got Carter on the outside, and when you've got those three in triple low posts, understanding what Coach Hayden wants out of them, that's a formidable team.
Yes.
So at any rate, it's great being with you again, having a great time.
That's right.
Glad that your wife and Charlie are doing well.
Yes.
And
if
you don't know who Charlie is, that's Zach's beautiful daughter.
Yeah, we had the strep bug bite our house, but they are on the mend. For all of us here on the El Reno broadcast crew, for Kurt Parker, Cole Owen, all of us here who do our very best to bring you a quality product, we thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you in just a few nights in the fine city of Del City, Oklahoma.
And go Indians!
Go Indians. El Reno escapes with a win. You've been watching Indians basketball. We'll see you very, very soon.